Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the RuneScape 3 Ironman Progress series. As you can see, we're at next Angel of Death.
Oh, what the fuck?
Wow.
Oh, God!
Wow.
You don't want to ask my KC.
Wow. That's crazy.
Don't you just love to see it when an Ironman gets a Wand of Appraisal like at 260 something KC, and then just a few kills later, somebody else gets another drop.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
Another one? What a spoon. What a spoon. That's his second one.
So let it be known that all of Jake from State AOD teams are super duper immaculately lucky. So if you ever get an invite or see him looking for a party for AOD, definitely hit the boy up. That man spreads luck and RNG to everyone. So congrats to those guys getting codexes and wands. That's super huge. Unfortunately, I didn't get to it, but that just means I get to do more AOD. Yay! So off to our Raxo Reaper that we didn't finish off in the last episode. It was only 3 kills. And man, I tell you what, seeing stone spirits is so depressing. I kind of wish there was like a stone spirit for rune crafting. Like where you could like double the rune. I know there's power burst of sorcery and the other new thing they came out with, but I just feel like there needs to be some kind of revampage to rune crafting in my opinion. But hey, with the proposed changes that they did on the Reddit announcement post type thing that they want to do with the Fractured Staff of Armadyl and the animated dead spell, you know, they want to conserve runes now with the FSOA, which is huge for me. They want to do a couple other changes. Some people are happy with it, some people aren't. I think it reintroduces fort ticking back into the game. I kind of like how the meta to PVM is revolving, right? We don't want to see the meta be like this one specific class. We want to, I want to see it kind of revolve and go through things. And then with animated dead, what they want to do is they want to nerf it slightly, right? And it's going to stay to magic, which I think some people wanted it to go across all styles, but nerfing it just a little bit so players no longer can face tank like special attacks and abilities and typeless damage and things like that. So the player has to learn the mechanics and how to deal with the mechanics of the boss. Animated dead with like Crypt Bloom, it could be way too tanky for some content in RS. Let's be real here, right? So the ability to go and just take it down a notch so people can still learn a boss and learn it safely. It'll be not a super smooth kill. It won't be super fast either, but still learn the mechanics of it, I think is the way to go. And I think that's how it should have been with both Animated Dead and the FSOA from the start. But hey, that's just my opinion. Doesn't count for much. I know it's on the fence right now and a topic of discussion, so we'll see how it pans out. But in the background, you see me doing some more soul runes. Obviously, bingo coming up. I need runes. If I keep getting invited to things like Carapac and Angel of Death, and I'm just like hard to keep up with these right now. So that's trying to stay on top of the soul rune stack and blood rune stack and water rune stack and everything else stack that's related to PVM, right? Like it all just piles on. Next up on the agenda is me gathering some papayas. So I had an excessive amount of farming points, currency, I forget what it's called. So I bought some instant growth potions. I had a lot of papaya saplings, seeds already in the pot, ready to be planted in my bank. So I needed some more super adrenaline potions. So naturally needed some more papayas. I know doing the fruit bat yields way more, but this yields farming experience. Fight me on it. I don't care. I did it this way. I could have went and done the fruit bat method, but decided to do some instant growth and get some farming experience. I'm sorry for not being the perfect RuneScape player. I apologize. So I know like all like the skilling and tick perfect, they're gonna be like, oh my god, you're doing it wrong. Ah! listen, I'm doing it the way I want to do it. All right. But I ended up with about like 199 papayas, give or take. And then with the dungeoneering thing, forget what it's called, where you save like a resource. I think overall I was able to make like 270 super adrenalines, which is pretty cool.
Warning, the next clip you are about to see contains heartbreak, pain, suffering and poor judgment not suitable for all RuneScape players to see. No players were hurt in making this clip. Viewer discretion is advised.
So with bingo coming up, me doing shop runs and Ring of Death being pretty much useless, I don't have a use for my onyxes anymore, and my cash stack was drastically low. When it's not green, I start to panic. So I know some of you are like bulging your eyes out right now why I'm alking onyxes, but I just needed some cash just to do my shop runs and afford the deaths that I don't show you on YouTube because I'm embarrassed by that. So there's that. Sorry. Remember what I was saying earlier about Jake from State? Would you look at that? This man gets a broadcast. This man's got more highlights in this video than I do. Don't look at that wrong, chat. Don't judge me. I know I'm not the only one that struggles with the slashes in this game, okay? Stop it. But I did have a Carapac Reaper to get to, so gathered the boys up, rallied them up, and we decided to go knock out some more hard mode Carapac. Trying to get them staffs. I personally don't mind the boss. I have a lot of KC here. And would you look at that? Someone got a drop. That's pretty cool, right? Like, yay! I think we've only been here like 2 or 3 hours, so it's like, whoo, at least we see something, right? That's pretty cool. I always love to see my friends get stuff. But then this happened.
Reaper got my cannonballs.
You got my wrist wraps.
Fair enough.
So naturally, after finishing my Reaper, the boys had a Caliphate King Reaper assignment. So tagged along with them. I need a couple pieces for the collection log. We did get a drop though. It was an offhand Dragor Rapier, but unfortunately, it's like my second one. We love a longsword. That'd be cool. But wrapping up after KK, we end up back at Nex, Angel of the Death, with none other than Jake from State. Now, I've mentioned this a couple times in this video, that this man is lucky. Just not for me. Congrats to this person, though, getting a wand. That's 2 wands in one video that we've seen. That's absolutely huge. That's crazy. Next off, we kind of get into the skilling turbo mode, gathering charges for the bingo coming up. One day, a Saren Spirit will proc, and I will get an HSR instead of a Vecna Skull, or a Diamond, or Salvage, or Rune Arrow Tips. One day, man can dream. And then after that little bit of an hour of divination, we got back into Angel of Death. Didn't get any broadcasts this time. It is what it is. You can't get lucky every time, right? So, but we did go with the friends. We had some fun. It's got to keep moving forward. Making blood runes this way makes it a lot more blood runes per hour, I guess. If you don't need magical thread and you just need runes, this is probably the preferred method of doing it. It's a little bit of a setup. You do need blood altar tabs, as well as the hard Mortania task to chance to save a blood tab, and a Grace of the Elves tuned to the deep sea fishing hub. And again, just a reminder, you do not get magical thread doing this method, okay? But doing all this rune crafting, we do end up getting level 102 rune crafting, which is pretty cool. But still no rune. You know, one day we'll get rune. Right? Rune crafting pet's pretty cool. Like, that pet's pretty awesome. So after rune crafting, it was like weekly reset time, and I realized that with bingo coming up, I did not have a totem of intimidation, which allows you to skip the God Wars Dungeon 1 kill count rooms, right? So that's pretty huge. Now, I don't know if God Wars Dungeon 1 is on or off the bingo, but to play it safe, we went and got the totem just to knock it out anyways, right? Next up, we did some binding contracts. Binding contracts are huge for PVM. Needing these for Calgarian demons, blood reavers, hellhounds, and scrolls, gargoyles for Croesus, etc. So decided to go make some contracts. Still have to go slay some creatures for them. That's on the agenda to do still. And then would you look at that? We're back to runecrafting. Water runes this time. Again, kind of a different method. I'm using the Evil Dave's spellbook to teleport to Lumbridge. I also have my Explorer's Ring equipped. This method with the extreme runecrafting potions and power burst of sorcery, you yield like well over 100,000 water runes an hour, which is huge for Ironman. And it's nice to get a good stack out of the way. Is it enough for the bingo? Not at all. Will I need more? Definitely. Will I be runecrafting during the bingo? More than likely. Hate to say it, but time is just something I don't have. So we'll see how far this 100k gets me. Was doing my Nihil Slayer task. Needed some components to make some familiars anyways. Ended up with 186 dragon bone drop. Like, oh, I didn't even know that was like possible. I was completely flabbergasted. Remember what we said earlier about those Calgarian demons we needed to do for those pouches? Here we are, knocking them out. I did mess up my preset a little bit. I brought Cinderbanes. They're not immune. I mean, they are immune to poison, and I probably should have brought my Vestment Boots and Jaws of the Abyss. But hey, we did an hour. We ended up like a little over 180. Definitely could have gotten more. Definitely didn't have my inventory full sometimes and just killed a Calgarian demon for no apparent reason. Yeah, don't you just hate when that happens and you're just like zooming through and you're just like, oh, my backpack's full, I'm not getting pouches. Like, whoops, my bad. I also opened my loot drop tab thing for the first time in forever. Let me know if you guys want to see that, and I'll just kind of refresh it between bosses and Slayer tasks. That way you guys can see what's I'm getting, I guess. If you're curious, let me know in the comments down below. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I know there was a ton of skilling in it, and I do apologize, but it is all in preparation for the bingo that starts March 17th. So when this video goes live, the bingo will start like 12 hours after that. So the next video that I put out will have a ton of PVM content and hopefully some broadcasts that are in my name that aren't duplicates. That'd be huge. That would be so nice to make some progression towards all those empty boss logs I have. But that's it. So if you liked today's video, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more of my content, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.